Good morning, good morning. Update. So what's going on? Well, today would have been my 4th day at my new job, but it is not because of an unfortunate series of events. So I took the job because we had a reservation at the Thousand Trails Park, and then we had a friend that needed some stuff done at their house in the same area. That didn't work out. Why? Okay, so we got the reservation, and I freaking fell asleep right before checkout time. I took my chemo pills after work. I was super tired. I had taken a pain pill in the morning so that I could make it through the day. And so then I came home and took my chemo pills, and I was exhausted. I just laid down. I took a shower and laid down and passed out. So then I hear bam, 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 knocking on the door. The loudest knock I've ever had in my life on the door. Is something on fire? So I open the door, and there's a gentleman, and he starts screaming, "Get out! Get out!" What are you talking about? Our reservation is until the next day. Misunderstood. Apparently, I was wrong. I definitely was wrong. I thought our reservation checkout was the next day. It was that day. So we were 45 minutes late, an hour late to leave. I was asleep. However, he could have talked to me. He could have just communicated with me like I was a human being. And so he basically just verbally assaulted us. He was super aggressive, super hostile. He was derogatory. And so then I went to the office, and I said, I don't appreciate you approaching us like that. And then the manager comes flying out of the back room, and she's like, "Get out, leave my property." These people are psychotically unbalanced. I guess it's the peak of their season and they're having a hard time. But we cause no problems. We go, we don't make any noise, we don't exist, we leave. And we're actually, we've made several referrals to other people. We support this company. We say good things about it. And so then I had to walk away with the, of all the employees that I've dealt with, of all the parks, all the campgrounds, this guy doesn't need this job. He is an instigator and an aggressor. And that's a shame because he's in customer service and dealing with the public and people on vacation. But he's been terrible every time we've gone to check in there. We've checked into that park like 5 or 6 times. And every time you see him, he's crass, he's rude, he's derogatory, and he's insulting. He's terrible. Apparently, other people don't have a problem. And I'll be honest with you, I'm very nice and kind and polite. And so usually when I get really ugly, nasty energy from people for no reason, I feel like it's something that they're getting stopped at the surface. So maybe there's something on my superficial surface presentation that causes him alarm, because it wasn't my words and it wasn't my actions to anything. So what's left? The way I look. So based on my experiences, when people have a problem with me based on the way I look, it's usually, unfortunately, skin color related. I don't know that's what's going on. He didn't use any derogatory comments in that nature. But I'm from the East Coast and the down deep South. I'm not dumb. And I'm 52 years old. Almost 53. I've learned a few things along the way, and I know how to pick up on different energies. And this guy's trash. I can't stand him. Anyway, yeah, he is absolutely the worst interaction. And so we had such a good interaction every time we've ever been anywhere, and he's tainted completely with his aggressive, terrible energy. He really ruined a lot of the opinions that we had about that area. One interaction can make a huge difference. And I have no desire to be around that. So that was going to be the key cornerstone to taking this job through October, was having the Thousand Trails Park up there at Long Beach to use as a resource I'm pretty sure I'd rather be set on fire than to darken their door again. And I most certainly will make sure and express that opinion to everybody everywhere. You can go to all you go to all the parks. Long Beach is off the list as far as a place that you would want to lower your standards. And the park's really crappy. It's tiny and it's pretty junky little park. So honestly, go to the good ones. Go to Birch Bay, number 1, best park on the West Coast. Number 2, Seaside. Number 3, South Jetty. Honestly, all 3 of them tie for first place in different ways. And the rest of the parks have got qualities that are desirable, undesirable, make them second. But Long Beach, Washington is by far at the bottom of the list of all the parks that you should don't burden yourself, don't darken their door, would be my advice at this point. What a shame. I definitely I'm going to be writing a letter to corporate because I feel like, I don't know, maybe I won't. I just probably won't. I know I never do. I never complain or do anything like that. But I'm very aggravated. So then, okay, so that was part A. So then we pulled out and we went to my friend's house to park. And the person that we're supposed to be helping is because they had a tenant that disrespectful, nasty, lack of self-respect. Whoever lived in this structure that was asked to leave should never have been let to stay. Oh my God. And you could see his vehicle and look inside, and that would have been a red flag. I would have never rented to anybody whose vehicle was in that much disrepair on the inside. So if you're a landlord and you just take a peek inside their car, you can get a real good look at the inside of their brain. Says Jen with the messy house. Ooh, hypocrite. So I've been not just getting over surgery and bouncing back, but it's been 3 weeks since I've washed my windows or wiped down the walls. It's only been a couple days since I vacuumed, but I cleaned, detailed everything spotless the 2 days before surgery, and Monday will be 3 weeks. So I just realized that it's been 3 weeks since I've done my windows or washed my cabinets or detailed all the stuff and scrubbed, deep scrubbed. So that's happening over the next 2 days. We had to stop and get some supplies. Okay, so we get to my friend's house, and the people that got evicted are in the parking lot, and the person that got evicted is in the parking lot driveway with the guy that I met when I went over there to check out the property, and he was all pretending to be the owner's friend. And then as soon as the owner left, he's popped up with the bad guy, and they're just hanging out there all the time. It feels uncomfortable because there's going to be a lot of, the boy that got kicked out is obviously have questionable habits and recreational energy, and not my style. I don't know what they do in their free time, but I can already tell it's nothing that I want to be a part of. Once again, I'm 52 and I'm not stupid. No, this is a very toxic, bad place to be based on the people that just keep showing up. And I don't want to be the person that says, hey, you can't be there, or call the police because they keep showing up. I'm not looking for that drama either. So the place to stay wasn't actually a good idea. I'm trying to keep myself low key, low energy, low stress. And the fella that owned the house asked my husband to do a couple things, and that was great. But then he started kind of going through and finding lots of projects, and the project that he asked Brian to help with was repainting this rail. It's a spindle rail. There's at least 75 spindles, decorative details. It is bad, so it needs to be scraped, sanded, and painted, and it's a good 25-30 hours to do it proper. And then Brian doesn't want to do that. He's supposed to be focused on studying. And so if we got over there, both of us are workers and doers, we're not going to be able to just sit in that kind of disrepair and madness. So we couldn't stay there because it would have been something that we psychologically have to fix. And I don't want that project. It's too much. It's too big. A little bit of help is okay, but that's crazy. So, don't have a place to stay. Dang. So the coworker, man, I really, really liked my coworkers. I enjoyed the situation and the people. It was fantastic. It was perfect. But if you ain't got nowhere to be, you ain't got nowhere to be. So I called my boss and I said, hey, I'm having this problem. I got to overcome it. And could I park at the back of the property? There's this giant parking lot. And she's like, oh no, there's condominiums here. The homeowners would have an absolute fit and have you towed. You're not going to have me towed. Number one, I wouldn't stay anywhere I don't belong. Number two, I would just start my engine and drive away. Why would you get my car towed? How fucking rude. So, yeah, what kind of crap ass place is this where they would just tow your vehicle while you're at work inside? Otherwise, I could just turn on the engine and drive away. You don't tow me. So, that was a big scary red flag. So then I got to thinking about it. There's too much hurdles everywhere. Forget it. Long Beach is super expensive. There's nowhere to park. It's super taxed. And we went to the laundromat and one of the locals starts, hey, no parking here, blah, blah. It's got a real hardcore tweaker vibe. And we already had a terrible experience with the owner of Tire Hut. We went there, tried to buy a tire, and he was, I'll be honest with you, it's a tweaker little racist town. It's not a good place to be. I'm out. Bounced. So, on to upwards and better and new and better. I got 3 other jobs lined up. So, okay. Not the end of the world. I liked that job, though, and I really liked my coworkers. I really, really liked all the ladies that worked there. They were pretty awesome. And I enjoyed that. That was, like, the best part of the job. I was crawling out of there looking like I'd been beat by a stick. So, that part's not great. The job that starts on the 20th and in Portland at the Expo Center selling tickets at Cirque du Soleil, that's still an option. It starts the 20th. Slight conflict. Hopefully it won't start until a few more days after. She said around the 20th. My son is running a relay race from Mount Hood to Seaside. He does 5 or 6 lengths. There's a team from his job, and they take sections, and so it's called From Hood to Sea, and it's a long run. And so he's work does that, and they donate their money that they raise to Providence, my cancer center. So it's really cool. I want to watch my kid cross the finish line and run over. I also want to take this job in Portland, so I'm hoping that it works out in timing to where I can watch him cross the finish line, and then I can jump in the car and dash off and go to start this new job. I still have 2 other tentative jobs, and the more I think about it with the wardrobe requirements and whatnot, honestly, I don't think that's the best idea. I need a job that requires me to wear a uniform, like simple black pants, black shirt, or something like that, or somewhere where you can't see me. I can wear whatever you have, because all of my decent clothes are in a storage unit in Ferndale, Washington at the Canadian border. So it's not convenient. But I could buy a couple of outfits at Goodwill to work if I needed to, but I want it to be low pressure. I don't know when Brian's going to study for his test. Hopefully he'll get to it soon. I don't know. Anyway, so what else is going on? So I want to go see my kid cross the finish line. I got the job starting on the, around the 20th, taking orders, selling tickets. I think it's in person at the Expo Center for Cirque du Soleil, the Canadian acrobatic troupe. Anyway, it sounds interesting, and I think we get a free ticket to go and see the show, which would be super cool too. I want money. There's things that I want. I need personal things. I need creature comfort things. I need logistical, statistical, analytical, smart things. Boo, 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 boo. Need some things. Got no money. But that's okay. I shall too overcome these hurdles. Can't get all hooked up on the rest. So, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. Right now we're finishing up at Grocery Outlet getting, we went to the co-op and got produce and vegetables. Ooh, those grapes. Man, these right here, buddy. Here's a review. Okay, a food review. I have some Ladybug brand farms, small, big and small, always organic. Grapes. Good for you, good for the planet. Okay, is that what you think? So they even got a few little grape leaves for Beautiful garnish. They put one grape leaf on top. Oh, how funny. It does give it that look. But yeah, there's one grape leaf I noticed on everything just to make it look all fresh. So, okay. Here's one on top. Pluck it from the vine. Look at that. Those are good. Yeah, those are real good. Okay. Don't talk with your mouth full. Yummy. 2 stars, 10 stars, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. Okay. Did I take my blood thinner? Yeah, I took my blood thinner. I'm taking my chemo pills at noon now with lunch. So it makes my day easier. But I'm going to sleep after I take them. And that's not good too, because you need to be up and active if you can to make your body function and get your organs working. And then you go pee, go flush yourself out. So this batch of chemo pills is harder than any of the batches I've taken. It's not stronger, but it's a different batch, I can tell. And Brian noticed it in my sweat. I'm very metallic with a pungent undertone of tumors. What a smell. So I'm this lovely fresh scent of metallics and weirdness. I can't stand it, but I smell weird. That's what it is. And I guess that's about all that's going on as far as where I'm at with my job, what I'm thinking about my job. Oh, so we left Long Beach. Forget that place. What a dump. And God, I really liked my coworkers. So we went to Astoria. Well, we stayed at the rest area at Dismal Niche across the street, across the bridge, across the Columbia River from Astoria. We stayed there last night. And then we came into Astoria this morning and went to the co-op. Now we come down to Seaside, which is south. So there's a Seaview, which is south of Long Beach, north of Astoria. And then there's a Seaside, south of Astoria. They're about 20 miles apart. So they're very similar. Thousand Trails Parks in Seaview, Washington, or Seaside, Oregon. We're now in Seaside, Oregon. We got a reservation for one night, Sunday night at the Thousand Trails Park, so we can get water, charge up all the batteries, dump the tanks, hook up to the water, and I'm going to detail the freaking house tomorrow while I have power and water and dump and all that convenient. So tomorrow is detail this freaking house day. So today we'll be organizing, tidy up everything, and tomorrow we'll be scrubby-dubby cleaning it. But I was working and doing a lot more, and I want to keep that energy and momentum up. But I'm very glad, actually, that I didn't work today for a couple of reasons. It was Saturday, which I feel guilty because they were counting on me. But it's going to be a super hard physical day. And so maybe I was really beat. I worked 3 days, and that took the wind out of me. So I'm building my energy back up. I'm building my stamina back up. And what's good coming up? There's got to be something good coming up. Waking up every day. There you go. That's what I got. Now that's 18 and a half minutes. Jen talked a lot. I had some rambling about my job. But that's why we're not there. That's why it didn't work out. And that's where we're headed. And that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know what's going to happen. But I know that I want to keep on earning and making money. I want to see my kid cross the finish line. And I want to start that job at the expo. So we're going to park. Next, we're going to the laundromat. I hope they have a Wi-Fi signal so I can upload my video. And then I'm going to research places to be. Because if I'm making enough money to just pay for like a state park with half off in a dry dock spot, it might be worth it just to have a place to be. So I'm going to research and see what types of campgrounds are within 20 minutes of driving. It's up at the north end of Portland, right by the river where you cross the bridge to go over to Vancouver, all along the Columbia River. So it's a maybe. But until I do some researching and poking around, probably not. I appreciate everybody. I have 185 subscribers, I believe now. And I'm really flattered. And I find that to be an impressive number, and I'm shocked that that many people would subscribe. And I see how many people watch my videos, and I see some of the analytics. I'm not really into it, as you well know. I'm not an editor, and I don't really get into all of the editing and analytics of stuff. But I peeped at it, and it looked like people watch most of the videos all the way through. Maybe not this one, 20 minutes, ridiculous. But a lot of them, they do. I'm pretty sure that there's 2 women that watch this whole video, and I love you both, Mama Nancy and Debbie. Possibly Abigail. I'm not sure if she's got that much time with that baby, but I don't know if anybody else actually watches the whole videos. Oh, my friend and the Smokies, she comments on lots of my, her name, Hannah. Oh, was it Colleen? Crud. I'm so sorry. I can't remember your real name. You told me, and I will have to go back and look through the comments, and I apologize. No disrespect meant, but your lovely support and wonderful comments are appreciated. And I think that you're lovely and charming. I actually think you need your own YouTube channel because you got some pretty groovy stories that I'm taking little blips of in your comments. I'm gathering that you're a really interesting, neat, groovy kind of lady. So I really do appreciate the love and support that is shown to me. It does make a difference, and it's kind of nice, you know, and it gives me something to do sometimes when I really need it. And it's an online, I think this is kind of like, I guess, an online diary. Anyway. Let me tell you about my feelings. Oh, anyway. So Brian should be about done. I left the grocery store. It's been a minute. Well, it's been at least 20 something minutes. So surely he's getting close to done, but he'll be in there for hours shopping. He shops for the best deals. He tries to get Brian's a wonderful, good shopper, and he's a good cook. And he's really good at budgeting at the grocery store. So I just kind of turned the reins over to him on that. I don't have the patience for it. I go through and go psh, 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 throw what I want in the buggy and bounce. And it's not always great. So I'm not the one that's supposed to be in charge, and I'm not. Well, this video took forever. Long-winded. Pooh. Oh, I figured out what I'm going to get a couple of people for Christmas. Can't say nothing because I think some of them might watch this video. I love you guys. Peace. Love and grizzly bears.